In our Hot in Hollywood report this morning, Oscar Sunday just days away, and nominated for 6 Academy Awards is the movie Spotlight. Director Tom McCarthy is up for a couple of the prestigious awards himself, and he joins us now with more about it. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Micah.
Thank you for taking some time out and joining us. And Spotlight, Best Director nominee, Best Screenplay nominee, Best Picture nominee, just some of the nominations Spotlight is up for. And when you really got into this movie, did you feel like this kind of response was going to happen from it?
I don't think you can ever anticipate this kind of response. I mean, I think we were so excited to be working on this material and even felt privileged, quite honestly, to be telling this story. So our focus and commitment was there. And sometimes you come out of the edit room and then you take a look at what you have and you're like, this feels like it's pretty impactful. So, you know, from the premiere at the Venice Film Festival back in September to now, it's really been an extraordinary ride with the movie.
And you have an amazing cast as well with it. Mark Ruffalo, Rachel McAdams, both up for Oscars themselves for this flick. Plus you have Michael Keaton. So what was it like working with all of those?
It's as a director, it's sort of a dreamy experience. You know, you're going to set every day, and those are a few. You know, Stanley Tucci, Liev Schreiber, John Slattery, Billy Crudup. The list goes on and on. It was really just a great ensemble, and you know, every day you get to set, you have sort of some sort of different group of actors you're working with to tell this story. And you know, for a material that could be pretty dark and heady at times, there was a real joy on the set, a real excitement about the work we were doing, and that's something that I think actually translates to the screen. I think it's something you can feel.
And I've seen Spotlight, and you get that feeling. They just mesh so well together for this movie to bring to light, and like you mentioned, something we've seen splashed across the headlines before.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and I think really what we're honoring here is the great work of the journalists in some way. And I think that's something people have really been responding to sort of the celebration of craft, the celebration of the procedure and the kind of gripping investigation that plays out. And it makes this kind of, you know, subject matter, it makes it, in some ways, it made it more accessible to audiences, I think. They were able to sort of discover this story as the journalists were discovering it. And it's a pretty compelling tale.
And if someone has not checked it out just yet, can you kind of give us a little bit of a synopsis of what to expect from it?
Yeah, I mean, it really starts day one. Marty Barron arrived at the Boston Globe, its new editor. He arrived from Miami, and day one he started asking some questions about what the Catholic Church did and did not know about a particular case of child abuse at the hands of a priest. And he sort of launched this investigation, and he put the Spotlight team on it, a 4-person investigative unit at the Boston Globe on this investigation. And it was the beginning of this story. It was set in 2001, 2002, and this investigation unleashed this story that is still having an impact today. It's still playing out today. So it's this really kind of gripping narrative of the work that these journalists did in this very tight, very Irish Catholic city of Boston, and taking on the Catholic Church, arguably the most iconic institution in Boston at that time. So it's pretty high stakes.
And that team actually won the Pulitzer Prize back in 2003, 2004 for this investigation itself. And this movie has won a couple of awards itself because the critics love it. You actually won Best Picture, Screenplay, and an ensemble for it.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, look, I think we certainly stand on the shoulders of the great work at the Boston Globe, and we're forever indebted to them, not only for writing the story, but for allowing us to retell it and to share it with the world. But ultimately what's happening, which is really exciting, is it's given the story a whole new platform, a whole new reach. And I think everyone on all sides of the issue is excited about that we're just having these discussions, that we're talking about this.
Well, best of luck to you on this Oscar Sunday. We'll be rooting you on.
Thank you very much, sir.
Spotlight's up for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Director and Picture. See what earned it and its nominations by heading to the website right there on your screen for times the movie is playing and tickets. The Oscars this Sunday right here on Channel 13. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you so much, Micah. Channel 13 is your home to everything Oscars.
Coverage begins at 1 p.m. on Sunday with Road to Gold and Academy Awards preview. It's it's on the red carpet at the Oscars, and the arrivals, that's followed by the Oscars red carpet live.
The 88th Academy Awards begins at 5:30, followed by a special edition of 13 Action News.